Hello, this is Kevin Dellinger. I've been around a while, been writing music for years, since the really since 1990, even before then. And I've witnessed many styles of music: progressive, alternative, rock, metal, country, classical, new age, jazz, blues. And it seems to me like things have changed. This is the year 2020, and the music industry has changed quite a bit over the years. Back in the day, record companies and record labels pretty much chose and handpicked a select few people that would be famous and rich. And now there are more independent artists that are doing their own thing. Because of the internet, social media, and computers, it is now possible for anybody to be a musician. With the software that makes easy drum beats and music and synth sounds and loops, and I am known to do that myself. However, one thing that I have that many artists don't have is culture. Um, to me, music is a creative expression of the soul. It is something that you can shape into something magical, something that you can feel or visualize, or it's an art form. And that is the way I've always pursued my music. But here lately, I've been going on these websites like SoundCloud and Spotify. We all know what those two are. And something that I've noticed is that all the music sounds the same. And not only that, there are many artists and musicians that are not educated in music history. They are putting rap music into classifications like classical music and new age and pop and alternative. They're pretty much opportunists that are only thinking about money and fame and not really focusing on the reason why they're doing the music in the first place. And it seems to me like rap culture has taken over the young people of today to the point where everyone wants to be famous. Everybody wants to be cool. And I guess we can blame that on social media. But the problem is, if everyone is doing the same thing, trying to achieve money and success, they're not really evolving their soul. They're not really expressing what music can really be used for, which is to create a positive culture in our society. And it seems to me like the positive culture has been erased. Much of the real music that I've discovered comes from the early days in the 20th century: 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. The music seemed to have started forming into different decades of real songwriting and real music. But as we've entered the 21st century, I've noticed that many of the young artists are trying to be the next big rap star. And to me, okay, I don't have a problem with people doing rap music. I feel it's their freedom to do so, and it's a culture that has grown, actually has taken over the whole music industry. But then there's artists like me that are trying to be original Uh, um, I'm more known for alternative, independent, indie. Uh, really, a lot of my music cannot be classified. It doesn't fit in a specific genre. But when I go on these websites where I see rap music being put into a new age category just to be an opportunist to get the next view or the next follow or doing whatever they can to get those gold chains and that money and that bling bling. To me, that makes me feel like much of the music history is being erased. Much of our human culture that is expressed through music is being eradicated through this movement. And it's okay for people to do rap music. I don't have a problem with that. But when it gets to the point where people are doing it for all the wrong reasons to get famous and get the most views on their YouTube or the most views on their Spotify or whatever to be the next big thing for their friends and their whatever. Okay. Let's say you get the big house, the big car, you get rich, you live out your whole life, and then you pass away and you lose it all because you go into the afterlife. Okay. What did you accomplish? How did you develop your inner soul? How did you develop your spirituality? How did you evolve as a spirit? What did you gain from that? What, fame? We all know what happens to people that get rich and too famous too fast, especially at a young age. Usually they end up spending all their money. MC Hammer broke. You know what I'm saying? What do they get from that? What? Because why? Power? Money? Okay, let's say you live in a life of comfort. How does that help other people? It doesn't. All it does is just a constant cycle that repeats itself over and over. And as the years continue throughout life, throughout the years of our human evolution, much of the music, like the 1960s, like the Beatles, for example, or real songwriters, are being pushed to the wayside because they're not cool enough, because they're not part of the group or the fame or the wealth or the big whatever. Yo, yo, yo. But, okay, people like me, I've been writing music my whole life since I was 10 years old. And I'm going to be 48 this year. So I've seen it all. I've heard it all. I've been around the block a time or two. And I can tell you that there's much more to music than just fame and wealth. Music can change the world. That's how much power it has. And when you're a creator, you want to put out a positive message. Now, I have heard, excuse me, I have heard some good rap music. Some music really gets me moving that has a positive message. And there is some really good rap music out there. And there's also some really good hip hop music out there. And I enjoy all music. I also enjoy the blues, jazz. I love it. Swing, big band. I mean, I love all that. But when it gets to the point where you're losing the reason behind it, and you've lived long enough, as I have, to see how different the music has changed over the years, it gets to the point where it starts becoming a melting pot, where everything starts getting fused together. And the thing is, what people don't realize, or maybe they do realize, is that the young people today, their minds are shaped by music. how they behave, their personalities. It's all about music. What do teenagers do? They constantly listen to music all the time with their headphones, ignoring their parents. So I believe as a music community, we have a responsibility to shape these young people's minds. And we need to be careful because right now, the way I see it, we're leading down to a very dark path. Because if everybody wants to be a rap star, all that other music is going to be erased. It's going to be archived. It's going to be to the point where when a young person listens to a real song that has real lyrics and real meaning, they're going to be like, what is this? What, they'll be like, wow. I mean, there are people, like, for example, the game Fallout has big band music in it, and people love it. They go on the Fallout music sites and they're listening to all this old music that was written in the 30s and 40s. And that was way before our time. That was before my time. The perfect example of our history. We do not want to erase our history. So, my message to you is whoever's watching, try to be more creative, try to be more original. It's okay to listen to rap music, it's okay to be a rap artist, but try to change the sound. Be different, be original, be artistic, and try to create a positive future for humanity. Because at this rate, Star Trek people are going to be getting jiggy with it. So we need to understand that music has great power, and music is also used as a tool to develop our spirituality. So thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. And remember, humanity in our history, in our music history, is very important. Don't destroy it by trying to be cool, because all that will do in the end is make only a select few people famous and rich while the rest of us only dream of it. And then when we dream of being the same and we're all the same and everything melts into the same thing, where does that leave room for variety, for originality, for artistic creativity? Where does it lead it to? It gets archived, it gets pushed to the side. So try to understand that social media is important, but let's not allow social media to destroy our culture. That is my message for you. This is Kevin Dellinger. Like and subscribe if you want. And thank you. Have a nice day.